So great question about how do we engage employee well-being, particularly in hybrid or full remote work environments. So one, it's just harder, right? We see each other less. We have fewer organic collisions in the work environment. So that can be quite challenging. But I think the key here really is investing in relationships. It's also being able to step back a little bit and think about the whole person. There are some things that we could sort of extrapolate a bit, right? Depending on what stage of a career a person's at, what life pressures they're dealing with. So whether that's, being able to pay their rent, or if they're older in their career or later in their career stage, being ready for retirements, there's always financial pressures. We know we've seen lots of reports and lots of research that's being published around loneliness and how we have a loneliness epidemic happening across not just the US, but around the globe in certain places. And so the more isolated we are, the less we're actually working together and in social communities, the more we do online learning, online play, it's driving a dynamic of loneliness that creates mental health challenges. Depending on what stage people are at, large life changes create stress. So whether that's, an engagement or getting married or divorce or dealing with death or having a child or an empty nester. So whatever stage people are dealing with, people are stressed. And so this is less of an exercise of might my employee be stressed? It's more of an exercise. Yes, people are stressed. And so how can you come alongside and help? How can you support? How can you inquire? How can you share? I have found personally that my employees open up when I share what I'm going through, whether it's pause and what those experiences have been like for me in the workplace. It's amazing the conversations people now volunteer and allows me to lean in and meet them where they are. Well, I also get community out of it, and they are meeting me where I am. Whether it's, I have a 14-year-old son turning 15, going into high school and starting to feel the pinch of he'll be out of the house soon, and talking to people who have kids who are older and asking them for their advice on empty nesters. Suddenly it just opens up dialogue and people start to share. And it allows us to leverage talk therapy. We're talking out our problems. We're working through what's going on. And I've just found it starts with just recognizing people are not just, robots. People are not robots. They're not just there to execute against a body of work or hit deliverables. They have whole lives. I have a whole life. And the more I make room for our whole lives to enter into the workplace and acknowledge that, I find people are more forthcoming about where they are. And it creates space for me to lean in and help them. And quite candidly, it has created space for me to lean in and get help as well.